Hi guys, I hope you're good and welcome back to my channel. I'm recording this video this time for two reasons. Firstly, because I wanted to let you know about the 30-day challenge courses, which I'm doing again on August 23. So we're doing another series of Lebanese Arabic 30-day challenge courses. We begin August 23 and September 21, and finally I came up with a schedule. This is the hardest part for me because my students are from all parts of the world, so it's a bit difficult to wait for their emails, their preferred times and everything, and put this schedule together. So I hope the schedule and the time of the courses will suit most of you. So as you can see, I will have an advanced course from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. London time. And this is a course that I can't open every month because I don't always have enough advanced students. So if you're interested in doing it, this might be your chance. And then from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 noon, I have the General Lebanese Arabic 1. And the General Lebanese Arabic 1 is a good course for you if you've studied Arabic for about 6 months to 1 year, or if you studied maybe Fusha and now you want to learn a dialect. It's a great place to be if you want to build a very strong foundation and learn all the conjugations. And then I have the Absolute Beginners Lebanese Arabic class from 5:15 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. All these times, guys, are London time. So you have to do the math so you don't get confused with the time. So the Absolute Beginners Lebanese Arabic course is great for you if you've never had any exposure to the Arabic language and if you can't read and write. And guys, when I'm saying Lebanese Arabic, of course, it's the same as the Levantine Arabic or the Levantine dialect, which is spoken in Lebanon, Jordan, Palestine, and Syria. Then I have the General Lebanese Arabic 4 from 6:45 to 8:15 p.m. London time. It's a great place to be if you want to build your conversational skills. We do a lot of role plays and we do a lot of vocab as well. And then from 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. I have General Lebanese Arabic 2. It's a very, very intensive course, grammatically speaking. I think, and also my students think, that the General 2 is one of my hardest courses because we probe very deep into details, into grammatical details. We talk about verb forms, we talk about participles, all sorts of conjugation, and of course, every aspect of grammar. And finally, I'm running another Lebanese Arabic General 1 course from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. This is mainly for the students who are located in another part of the world. So if you have any questions, you can get in touch. This is my email address, sharik@globetrotwitharabic.com, and I can send you all the information you need along with the course plans. So you can read the course plans and decide what level is best for you. And if you're not sure, of course, you can always get in touch so we can have a quick assessment over the phone. Now, the second reason why I wanted to do this video is because I thought, okay, while I'm announcing this, why not give you a quick free lesson? It's not a difficult lesson if you are advanced. It's more a lesson for, I would say, for the beginners level. Before I start, I'm just going to check if anyone has a comment to make. If the voice is good, just let me know that the audio is good so I can also continue. I'm going to just wait for a second to see if everything is okay. Just give me a sign. Let me know if the sound is good and I will go on. Okay, there's no one here anyway, so I'm gonna do this and then you can watch it later on your own. Yalla, let's begin. So, the title says, ما إلي جليدة أبدا. I'm gonna read it a little bit slow, but not too slow. And then I'm going to read it once fast and then we can break it down. I have here the text, the little conversation written in the Arabic script, but you also have it here written with the Roman alphabet. I'm going to be explaining this part, so if you want, you can either look right or left, depending on what you prefer. But over time, I really recommend you stop using this, learn the Arabic alphabet, don't get stuck somewhere, because once you learn the alphabet, it's going to break you will break free from being stuck in a beginner's shoes, and also you can use any resources. So يلا let's begin. ما إلي جليدة أبدا. بكرة رايحة على المكتب. ما إلي جليدة أبدا. تعودنا على الشغل من البيت، ما هيك؟ أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت أو من المكتب؟ أكيد من البيت، في أحلى منا؟ على القليلة بنام أكتر، بشتغل من التخت وما بظهر بالشتاء. وأيا يلا I'll read it a little bit faster. ما إلي جليدة أبدا. بكرة رايحة على المكتب. ما إلي جليدة أبدا. تعودنا على الشغل من البيت، ما هيك؟ أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت أو من المكتب؟ أكيد من البيت، في أحلى منا؟ على القليل بنام أكتر، بشتغل من التخت وما بظهر بالشتاء. وأيا يلا let's break it down. We will read it very very slowly. Before you begin, of course, grab a piece of paper, grab a pen. Make sure you are writing everything, saying everything out loud, because guys, if you're just watching and listening, yeah, that's good. But maybe you retain 10% of the information, I don't know, 20. But if you read, say it out loud, you will at least retain 50, 60, 70%. Who knows? It depends from one person to person. But of course, you will retain more information. يلا let's begin. بكرة رايحة على المكتب. بكرة means tomorrow. رايحة, I am going in the feminine form. ع, to. ال means the, and مكتب means the office. So let's break this down more. بكرة means tomorrow. رايحة is not a verb. It's a participle. We use participles a lot in Arabic. And these participles, sometimes they play the role of a verb. They are not verbs, but sometimes they can act like verbs. For example, here, رايحة, if I want to break it down, it literally means the person who goes, the female person who goes. And the masculine form is رايح. And the plural form is رايحين. So when I say بكرة رايحة, I'm literally saying tomorrow I am the goer, which means tomorrow I'm going. So here it's playing the role of a verb, which is tomorrow, the going to form. بكرة رايحة. And whenever we use verb to go, or either the participle or the verb, if you want to say I'm going to a place in Arabic, you're literally saying I'm going on a place. Of course, you don't mean on, you mean to. So بكرة رايحة, so the preposition that you use with verb to go is ع. بكرة رايحة على المكتب. So here we have the ال, which means the, and مكتب means the office. So of course I'm doing a liaison. I'm not saying ع and then pausing and then المكتب. No, pronounce it على المكتب, to the office. بكرة رايحة على المكتب. Tomorrow I'm the goer, which means I'm going to the office. If you're a guy, you should say بكرة رايح على المكتب. If you're a group of people, you should say بكرة رايحين على المكتب. ما إلي جليدة أبدا. ما إلي جليدة أبدا. Now, إلي, if we break it down, literally means for me. But sometimes we use it to say I have. Okay? But when I say ما إلي جليدة, you're literally saying not for me, which means I don't have. You negate it. So ما إلي means I don't have. جليدة means like kind of a mood or something. But when you say ما إلي جليدة, you're not literally saying I don't have a mood, but you're saying I don't feel like it. ما إلي جليدة أبدا. أبدا means at all. أبدا also can mean never, but in this context it means at all. ما إلي جليدة أبدا, I don't feel like it at all. It's a fixed expression, doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, it's the same. ما إلي جليدة. So let's repeat. بكرة رايحة على المكتب. ما إلي جليدة أبدا. I don't feel like it at all. And the other person says تعودنا. تعودنا يعني we got used. And we always use it with the preposition ع. ع, by the way, just like in here, is the abbreviation of على. You can say على, you can say ع. تعودنا ع, we got used to. تعودنا ع, and here I'm going to say first the and شغل, work. When you say الشغل, you mean the work or working. But I'm not going to pronounce it الشغل. Why? Because this letter here, the letter shin, we call it a sun letter. And whenever a word starts with a sun letter, and all the words that start with a shin, whenever they have an L just before them, we're not going to pronounce the L. We will pretend it's not there. And instead, we're going to put a shadda on the letter shin. So instead of saying الشغل, we will pronounce it الشغل, الشغل, without the L sound. So تعودنا ع الشغل. But again, we can take another step. We can do a liaison. تعودنا على الشغل. تعودنا على الشغل. We got used to work. But in Arabic, you're saying we got used to the work. تعودنا على الشغل من البيت. Again, always do a liaison. Whenever you have an L, always do a liaison. من البيت. From the house, which means from home. من البيت. يلا say with me guys. تعودنا على الشغل من البيت. تعودنا على الشغل من البيت. But pronounce it with a liaison and say من البيت. ما هيك. ما هيك. هيك on its own means like this. But when you use it with ما هيك. ما هيك. You're saying isn't it. ما هيك. تعودنا على الشغل من البيت. ما هيك. We got used to work from home. Right? Or isn't it? And then the other person says and asks, أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت أو من المكتب? Let's break it down. أنت, you feminine, بتفضلي, the verb in the present tense in the feminine form, you prefer, بتفضلي. أنت بتفضلي, you prefer. أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي. تشتغلي is you work in the feminine form. But usually we don't say تشتغلي when the verb is on its own. We say أنت, you. بتشتغلي, there is a B. بتشتغلي, you work. But here, notice, we didn't write it with a B. We wrote it only with a T. تشتغلي. Why did we do that? We did that because the verb is preceded by another verb. So whenever you have a verb followed by another verb, you drop the B. So we don't say أنت بتفضلي بتشتغلي. No, it would be wrong. We have to say أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي. Do you prefer to work? So you notice in Arabic we don't have the auxiliary do you prefer to work. We're just saying you prefer to work. So if I change my voice, the question becomes a statement or the statement becomes a question. For example, أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت. Is that a question or a statement? That's a statement. أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت. But if I change my voice and I say أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت, that was a question. So that's how you form your yes/no questions in Arabic. أنت in the dialect in Lebanese Arabic. أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت. من means from and البيت means the house, which means from home. But notice whenever I have min and el or a word that has an L and I do pronounce the lam with a moon letter, I can say, instead of saying min البيت, kind of you're pronouncing it as if you're saying من البيت. You're, instead of saying, look, من البيت, you're saying من, kind of you're reversing the place of the من البيت. That's the spontaneous way we say things in the dialect. So if you do this, you might sound more native-like. So أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت أو من المكتب. Again, from the office. من المكتب. So instead of saying من المكتب, you can say من المكتب, or better, even better, you can say من المكتب. You would sound more native. من المكتب. So أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت أو من المكتب أو من المكتب. Do you prefer, you feminine, prefer to work from home or from the office? أكيد من البيت. في أحلى منا؟ على القليلة بنام أكتر، بشتغل من التخت، وما بظهر بالشتاء. Let me say it slowly. أكيد من البيت. Of course from the house. أكيد من البيت. But again, say من البيت. أكيد من البيت. Of course from the house or from home. في أحلى منا. في أحلى منا. Now, in English, if you want to say there's nothing better than that, you just say there's nothing better than that. In Arabic, you can say it ما في أحلى منا, which means there's nothing better than that. ما في, there's no. أحلى, better or more beautiful. منا, than that. You're literally saying from her, which means than that. ما في أحلى منا. Nothing better than that. But we have another way of saying that. We ask it as a question. We say في أحلى منا. We're saying, is there better than that? We don't mean to really ask. No, we're really saying there's nothing better than that, but we're saying it as a question. في أحلى منا. When I say to someone في أحلى منا, I would be implying, I would be meaning to say there's nothing better than that. في أحلى منا. أكيد من البيت. في أحلى منا. Of course from home. Is there anything better than that? على القليلة. Memorize this. It's nice to know. على القليلة. القليلة, but you're pronouncing it of course على القليلة. At least على القليلة. على القليلة بنام أكتر. بنام I sleep. أكتر more. على القليلة بنام أكتر. At least I sleep more. Guys, keep saying and saying and saying with me. That's the way you improve your pronunciation, okay? I know how to read it. If I say it or not, it's not gonna make a difference, but I'm saying it many times for you guys to say with me, okay? Because you can improve your pronunciation by repeating and repeating and repeating, okay? على القليلة بنام أكتر. At least I sleep more. بشتغل I work. بشتغل من التخت. بشتغل I work. من from. means the and تخت means bed. From the bed, which means from bed. بشتغل من التخت I work from bed. Again, the word تخت starts with a T. It's a sun letter. All the words in Arabic that start with a T, if they have an L just before, you're not going to pronounce this lam. Instead of saying من التخت, it's much better if you say من التخت. من التخت. And of course, you can put a shadda on the T. من التخت. You can say من التخت or من التخت. من التخت. That sounds more native. من التخت. بشتغل من التخت. من rather than من. Both are okay 100%, but this one sounds more native. من التخت. بشتغل من التخت I work from bed. وما بظهر بالشتاء. ما بظهر. بظهر means I go out. ما بظهر. I don't go out. ما بظهر بالشتاء. شتاء is rain or also winter, but here I meant to say rain. بالشتاء. In the rain. I don't go out in the rain. ما بظهر بالشتاء. Again, شتاء starts with a sheen. It's a sun letter. I'm not going to pronounce the lam. Instead of saying بالشتاء, say بالشتاء. وما بظهر بالشتاء. And I don't go out in the rain or in winter. Let's repeat. أكيد من البيت. في أحلى منا. على القليلة بنام أكتر. بشتغل من التخت. وما بظهر بالشتاء. And then the other person says وأيّة. Now this one is a little bit tricky to explain. I had to ask my student how they translated it into English, because أيّة usually means which when you're asking a question. For example, أيّ بيت, which home. But here when you say وأي with an exclamation mark and you're saying it as a response to somebody who said something, it's like you're agreeing with them and you're saying, I know, right? So I think I know, right? Would be the best translation of this word. And you're agreeing and you're saying, isn't it? Or I know, right? وأي, okay? For example, I don't know if I see some person and I want to say to my sister, oh my God, he's so annoying. And she wants to agree with me. And she says, yeah, I know, right? In English, right? But in Arabic, she says, وأي, وأي. Okay, so it's a nice word to know. Memorize it. It's a typical Lebanese word, by the way. يلا, let's repeat the conversation. I'm going to read it slowly. Say it out loud with me. Do your pronunciation test now before we go. And yeah, you can watch this video later on, take more notes, and also, repeat and review it. يلا. I'm going to put my, I hope you're seeing my mouse. I'm going to put it on the Roman alphabet this time. So, بكرة رايحة على المكتب. ما إلي جليدة أبدا. تعودنا عالشغل من البيت، ما هيك؟ انت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت أو من المكتب؟ أكيد من البيت، في أحلى منا؟ على القليلة بنام أكتر، بشتغل من التخت وما بظهر بالشتاء. وأي يلا I'll read it once more faster and then that's it. بكرة رايحة على المكتب، ما إلي جلادة أبدا. تعودنا على الشغل من البيت، ما هيك؟ أنت بتفضلي تشتغلي من البيت أو من المكتب؟ أكيد من البيت، في أحلى منا؟ على القليلة بنام أكتر، بشتغل من التخت وما بظهر بالشتاء. وأي Okay, يلا. That's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. You can type it in the chat box later on and I'm gonna make sure to answer it. And if also you have any questions about the 30-day challenge, the schedule, and whether you are interested in doing it in class with me or whether you're interested in doing it on your own. If the schedule doesn't suit you, as I said, you have this chance to do this on your own. I can send the recordings every day to you along with the audio, the material, and you will be added also to the WhatsApp group, so you will also have the chance to ask questions and everything. So you have the chance to either attend if the schedule suits you in person together on Zoom, either do it on your own or attend partially if some days you can't do it. But if you choose to attend partially, you have to make sure to watch the recordings on your own on the days you skipped before you come to class the next day, so you make sure we don't slow everyone else down. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you soon.